necessitates my appearance before a joint session of the Congress. The foreign policy and the national security of this country are involved.
What if the most important war in modern history was fought without a single direct battle between the two most powerful nations on Earth? For nearly half a century, the world lived under the shadow of a conflict unlike anything humanity had experienced before. Two superpowers stood at the center of it all. On one side, the United States, a nation built on democratic ideals, open markets, and technological innovation. On the other, the Soviet Union, a powerful state built on centralized control and communist ideology. After the devastation of the Second World War, the global balance of power changed dramatically. Much of Europe was left in ruins, and many traditional powers were weakened. In their place, two giants emerged. The United States possessed enormous industrial strength, a rapidly growing economy, and unmatched technological capabilities. Across Eastern Europe, the Soviet Union expanded its political and military influence, creating a powerful geopolitical sphere. The world was no longer defined by many competing powers. It was divided between two rival systems. What followed was a global struggle that extended far beyond traditional warfare. The Cold War was fought through political pressure, intelligence operations, military alliances, and ideological influence. Every scientific breakthrough, every diplomatic agreement, and every economic shift had the potential to alter the balance of power. From Berlin to Cuba, from the oceans to outer space, the rivalry between the United States and the Soviet Union shaped global events for decades. Yet despite the tension and constant fear of nuclear conflict, the two superpowers never fought each other directly.
All free men, wherever they may live, are citizens of Berlin. And therefore, as a free man, I take pride in the words, Ich bin ein Berliner.
One of the most powerful symbols of this division appeared in 1961. In the city of Berlin, a wall was constructed almost overnight, physically separating East and West Berlin. Families were divided, communities were split, and an entire city became a front line of the Cold War. For nearly 30 years, the Berlin Wall stood as a visible reminder of the ideological divide between the two systems. At the same time, the United States and the Soviet Union entered an intense race to build the most powerful weapons ever created. Both nations developed nuclear arsenals capable of destroying civilization many times over. The concept of mutually assured destruction created a fragile balance where neither side could launch an attack without risking its own annihilation. This nuclear standoff defined international politics for decades.
Manufacturing, installing, and testing its associated electronic equipment, and building the continent-spanning communications network presented a tremendous challenge to the military and to industry.
But the Cold War was not fought only with weapons. It was also a battle of technology, science, and innovation. The space race demonstrated technological leadership to the entire world. Advances in computing, communications, and engineering accelerated rapidly during this period. Many of the technologies that define modern life today were developed during this era of intense competition. By the 1980s, the differences between the two systems were becoming increasingly visible. The American economy continued to expand, driven by innovation, industry, and open markets. Meanwhile, the Soviet system struggled with economic stagnation, technological delays, and growing internal challenges. The pressure on the Soviet system continued to build.
From the Berlin Wall specifically, take a look at them. They've been there since last night. They are here in the thousands. They are here in the tens of thousands. Occasionally they shout, "Die Mauer muss weg, the wall must go."
In 1989, the world witnessed one of the most dramatic moments of the 20th century. Crowds gathered in Berlin as barriers that had divided the city for nearly 3 decades began to fall. The fall of the Berlin Wall symbolized far more than the reunification of a city. It marked the beginning of the end of the Cold War itself. Just 2 years later, in 1991, the Soviet Union dissolved. The global rivalry that had defined nearly half a century came to an end. The Cold War had reshaped geopolitics, accelerated technological development, and influenced nearly every aspect of international relations. Yet in the end, it concluded not with a final battle, but with political transformation and economic change. A new global era had begun.